Everybody, so it was raining this morning, but it's been kind of mostly overcast today, so I've been kind of cleaning up around the place. This right here is my witch's brew, which is kind of, rotted seaweed. I filled it with water and I've been stirring it around because it looks like my cucumbers need a little bit of nutrient help. So I've been just kind of stirring this around to get some stuff in the water. And I'm gonna pour it in here. This little boo bucket has a spout. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be, oh, you know what I did last year? I had a screen. Wonder if I need a screen. Oh, good. And then I'm gonna pour it on the cucumbers. I did this last year for like the carrots and stuff out in the garden when they were looking like they needed more nutrients, but I couldn't like shovel on, some rotted seaweed because the spacing of the rows was too close. So, yeah, I'm gonna try this on the cucumbers. Leaves are looking kind of light. Oh my gosh, it's just like totally spreading out. I should have dug the trenches again. I made the little moat around here a little bit deeper on these guys before I pour the seaweed liquid in there. So I had lowered these guys down for the first time. I don't know, it was about last week because they were reaching the top. So their bases have been lowered down. I don't know if you can see that. And I've been seeing, I think, aphids in the orch down here, and now I'm starting to see it up in the cucumbers. And I don't have any ladybugs in here to help me out, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go. Okie doke, so this morning I threw on another 3 little buckets of seaweed tea on my cucumbers over here. And so this is the plan with this bed. I know I've kind of talked a little bit about it, but I actually went in with these a couple weeks ago and dug around the bases of the cucumbers and put, like some solid rotted seaweed around them and then kind of watered them in. And, their leaves are looking a whole lot better, but we don't have a whole lot of summer left. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and just yank them out and then do one last harvest on the mustard greens at either bed end and pull out everything, even the little lettuces that I planted way back in late winter, early spring that have been going all summer long. I've got enough lettuce growing out there. I think that will be good with that. So yeah, because what I want to do is go in here and dig a trench at the end, put in rotted seaweed, cover it over, and just go all the way down like that so that I have a big old thick layer of rotted seaweed in here. Not only for this stuff that I want to grow like later. So what I want to do for this fall is do some, maybe, I don't know that lettuce will grow fast enough, but I want to do some, I'm going to probably go ahead and try that along with, some spinach, some baby chard, maybe some arugula, maybe a little bit of baby mustard greens, and see if I can't get a little harvest, and maybe it'll go even into October or something. And but next year, since I probably will only have, I don't know what I'll have for greenhouses. So this greenhouse will probably be basil again. So I want to have it ready and have it ready to go in the spring. And so this bed will be done, and then I'll just have to do this bed once I pull these cucumbers out. Then I'll have to put rotted seaweed in that bed too. Anyway, that is the plan. A little bit of cucumbers for my babies over here, and some mustard greens. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got a bunch of weeds along the edges of the beds here and kind of in between. So I think I'm going to pull these out before I get to the drip and doing the seaweed. I'm going to just pull this off and lay it down. Yeah. Okie doke, so I'm seeing some no-see-ums out, so I might go ahead and put my bug hat on and then see if I can get some seaweed in here. Get in there, buddy. Oh, I'm gonna have a problem with this piles of rocks. Hey there, folks. So this is just the same old routine that I always do. Dig a trench in here. I like to have some dirt on top. Otherwise, I would just, I would just put the seaweed on top. But what happens is when you want to weed later on, if you want to weed, then you're having to dig into this chunky seaweedy stuff, And so I got it done. And I didn't rake it out or anything, but then I can plant right into it when I get a chance. Tomorrow is harvesting and making lettuce mix. Hey folks, so I thought I'd just say hi. It's Thursday and I'm harvesting lettuce down here. And it started raining and I've got my bug hat on because there's no see-ums out. And it's just kind of sucking. Hey folks! So, I'm harvesting basil. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna go big this time. Just go big. I got all the salad mixes done, and I got I did 30 bunches of baby carrots, and I did 10 green onions. Anything that needed to be prepped, I got done yesterday. And so now, usually I kind of get some additional things harvested for my #1 customer, but I didn't get that done. So, and I've got instead of around 10 people, which I usually have, I've got 20 or something people who want various things today. So I'm feeling really, So I'm gonna hit the basil first. It's pouring down rain. Lots of chard, lots of kale, lots of basil. I actually went ahead and cut from my second patch here of Salanova lettuce, and I ended up using all of it for, I think it was 8-ounce bags. So, it's not quite as dense as this first patch that I did. So it just was all went away really fast. And my third patch of lettuce over here, can you see that? They're still pretty small. I thought about transplanting some of them into the greenhouse for a test. But these are my radishes right here, my second patch of radishes, and they're getting eaten by something. I came out here the other night checking for pests everywhere, and I don't know, I didn't see any slugs in there. Then I've got my other patch of radishes at the end here, and they're not quite as leaf damaged. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the tops off and packing them in little snack bag packs like I did with the sugar snap peas. Speaking of sugar snap peas, they are toast. I was able to get a few, but they're mostly got, spots and stuff on them. But yeah, I came out here the other night and I found a few slugs in the basil greenhouse, and then also out here mostly at the bok choy and the ends of the beds and stuff. But so yeah, and I did that pest video recently and I thought everything's not going too bad, but then I'm seeing what looks like spotted cutworms in my kale, my Italian kale, and my scarlet kale. So anyway, I don't know how bad that's going to get. I pulled off a bunch of leaves and been going through them. Starting to rain. Anyway, I had a whole lot more people this week than I did last week because I put my information out I shared my Facebook post on Ivy Patch Produce with the Wrangell community group, and I got just a ton of responses. I did that a number of weeks ago and I hadn't gotten a whole lot of responses. I think it might be because I had a picture of carrots and people just love carrots. And so I got way more, and I was just going crazy on Thursday and Friday getting stuff ready. And it's raining again. I didn't really have the cucumbers right because they're not growing that great, but I did have the baby carrots growing pretty good. So I bunched those up, and radishes, they're awfully small still. So I had a little bit for my first patch of green onions, and so I picked those. I only have 8 left. They're holding really well, actually, surprisingly. So that was a salad pack. It was lettuce mix with a little bit of baby chard, carrot bunches, and green onions. Yeah, so I put together a spreadsheet so that I could tally up everybody's totals, you know, real quick like, and then they'd make a change. Oh, could you add another bunch of baby carrots or something? And last week I was doing it just using, you know, a hand calculator on my phone, and oh, it was just such a pain. So fortunately I set up a spreadsheet because I ended up with all those more people and everybody changing their orders and stuff like that. So I was able to just kind of plug it in and get totals and stuff like that. So that was super helpful. And then I actually just printed off that sheet and then I had it with me and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Hey folks, so I'm going to quickly show you how I make a little treat on usually Friday night after I have delivered all my produce, or on Saturday night when I'm less tired. And so anyway, let's see here. What I do is throw in 2-ish frozen bananas. And then I have 3 dates that I've chopped up into little bits. And then we'll see how tall that is. I put in a 1/2 cup of frozen raspberries. And then it's about a 1/2 cup, maybe a little bit more. And then I reserve about a 1/2 cup of frozen raspberries for chunks later on. And then I have chocolate. Okay, so I've chopped that up into chunks. So it's kind of telling me that it's a little bit above, it's almost at the max line. So I can't remember how much water I add. Should we pour in a 1/2 cup? Okay, but let's try it, okay? Then we're gonna do a spoonful of cocaine, which I can eat now. I allow myself to eat this because I reached 225 pounds, which was my goal. So after my potato diet that I ate with my mom. So there's that. I probably should put more water in. Yeah, but anyway, we're not gonna do that. We'll see what happens here. I kind of do this different every time because I haven't quite figured it out. Okay, we're putting this in, we're making it go. I don't know how long I left that on for. It needed probably more water. I'm gonna break my NutriBullet. I needed probably an ice cream maker. Anyway, so it's pretty darn thick. And you don't want to waste it, so you get some of the stuff out. Oh, it tastes delicious. So yeah, I got out another banana just in case I need more. But I'm using medjool dates, 3 each. I'm using this very dark chocolate from Equal Exchange, 71%. I usually use darker, but that's all I had. Okay, so then I'm dumping into chunks of raspberries. Oh my gosh. Dumping in the chunks of chocolate. Because this isn't really super thick, so maybe what I'll do is go ahead and put it in the freezer and then eat it later. That's the plan. That's what I do. That's what I do every weekend now.